Welcome back to Five Lakes Garage. Today's gonna be exciting. We're out of the garage. We're out of the house. We're at Nags Head, North Carolina. And what we're doing right now is actually going to a bait and tackle shop because we're gonna do some surf fishing. I haven't gone surf fishing in years. When I say years, I mean decades. So we're gonna go up here, talk to some of the locals. We're gonna see what's going on, what's running right now, what's biting, where to go, and also get permits. We're going to be doing some beach driving, and when we do some beach driving, you need permits. From what I understand so far that I've read, that if you go to Oregon Inlet, there's a permit. If you go to Nags Head, permit. Kill Devil Hills, permit. And also all the way up to Corolla, you need another permit. Also on Hatters. Now, each township has their own permitting rules, and we're going to go to the bait and tackle shop and see if we can get all the permits that we need. So what we're going to do today? Well, we're going to go over to Oregon Inlet. We're going to drive out on the beach. I'll show you some tips on that. And then we're going to go surf fishing. I want to catch something. As soon as we catch something, and we're going to check to make sure it is legal. Always make sure it is legal and that you can keep it. There are a lot of regulations, and they are there for a reason. Don't circumvent the regulations. So I do not eat fish. My family doesn't really eat fish except for Steph. But whatever, if we catch one we can keep, we're going to keep it. I'm going to show the kids how to skin it, how to fillet it, how to cook it, and then we're all going to try a little piece of it. I'm thinking it's going to be good, but I'm optimistic. Anyway, so once we get out there, we'll bring you along and go ahead and catch a fish. Let's go. All right, we just stopped by the first bait and tackle shop, picked us some mullet. We're gonna cut that up, put it on our line. We got two different types of bait that we're gonna use. We got a couple high-low rigs. I'll show you how to tie those. We also have some Carolina rigs that are pretty sweet. Basically the weight just slides back and forth and you got a hook in the end. Just talking to the local there, and apparently skates are running right now. Hopefully we don't catch too many of those, but we will see. Unfortunately, the water temp is still about 66 degrees, which is a little bit chilly, but we will see what we catch. Hopefully we catch something, or we catch nothing and we just play in the sand and the kids get chafed again. It was kind of hilarious. But anyway, we're off to another place to see if we can get a permit. And unfortunately, if we get on Oregon Inlet, it would be the $50 for 10 days version of the permit. So anyway, we're gonna go see if we can get that, and then we're gonna hopefully, after get some gas, go catch some fish. You're gonna be with us. All right, so we're back out here. We are at Oregon Inlet. It took a little bit to get out here, but the sun is shining bright. The waves are looking awesome. I kind of wish I had a surfboard. But we have 3 rods out here. I have 2 high-low rigs and I also have 1 Carolina rig. What's a Carolina rig? Well, there you go. All right, so you got a single hook. Try not to hook myself again because I did it yesterday. So this is what you call a circle hook. It kind of goes all the way around. Has the barb on it. But this right here is so that you do not gut the fish. What's gut the fish? Well, if they swallow it, you pull it out, you're gutting them, which basically kills the fish. We don't want to do that. I like the circle hooks. J hooks, they gut. Anyway, so a Carolina wig, you have a weight that just slides back and forth. And all that's going to do is have this little hook with your bait on it, just kind of floating around. I do apologize for the wind noise. It's windy out here. So anyway, so this Carolina rig. Let's look at the other one. All right, so this right here is a high-low rig. You got 1 hook high and you got 1 hook low. Also, you have your weights down here at the bottom. Right now I have quite a bit of weight on there because yesterday when we went out, the wind was so bad and the waves were so bad, we needed extra weight. So right now I only have there you go, let's take that up. So on this particular one, I'm only gonna have a 3-ounce weight. Now there's different types of weights that you can use. One of these little flatties, and this will just bounce off the bottom. Or you can have this one, which will be a little bit more stationary. As you pull, it's gonna dig into the sand. I like these a little bit better so far. Man, look at these. Just take a look at these. Look at these waves. Why don't I have a surfboard? Sorry. All right, so this high-low rig right here, you actually can buy these. They're about anywhere from $4 to $7. Depends on what kind you want. Also, they have steel leaders as well. I'm gonna show you on the last rod, because this one right here was store-bought. It does okay. I'm gonna show you the cheap way out of it. All right, here's my cheap version of what you just saw. So basically I have 2 knots in here, which basically I just have 2 loops. And I can't remember the name of the knot, but I will tell you once I look it up. Anyway, I'll show you how to tie these. So I just tied one there and one down, excuse me, about a foot out after that. And then did one more down here for my weight. Now again, I'm gonna take some of this weight off because today it is not that bad and these waves are killer. All right, so I only have a 3 ounce, just like on the other one. And hopefully this will be enough for today because it is a beautiful day. So you need somewhere to put your rod, right? Right out here on the beach. How you like my rod holder? Yeah, it's just a piece of PVC pipe. It's about 10 foot long. Cut it on the miter saw, put a little point on it, stuck it in the ground. And it was basically free because I already had it in the shop. So anyway, let's go look at the bait that we're gonna use. All right, so we have 2 different types of bait that we're gonna try today. First, we're gonna go with some mullet. Just went up to the local bait shop. Those are a great source of information and also bait. Go out there and tell them what you're trying to fish for, where you're gonna be. They'll tell you what's running, what are they catching on, or what are they biting on. And you can, great source of information for the locals. I'm not from around here anymore. I don't remember. So anyway, first thing we're gonna do, we just got these little fish bites. All this is basically a ribbon with a mesh in the middle. And this one is what, shrimp, I think? Yep, so I got shrimp on this one. And what this is gonna do is slowly go away. Like if you have a regular piece of bait out there, it will basically disintegrate and fall off. This stuff here will actually stay on your hook a lot longer. Also, we have our stinky mullet. Now I had this in the cooler, we used a little bit yesterday, I refroze it last night. Oh my gosh, does this stink. So maybe we'll catch a really big fish or a really big shark, something, because it stinks so bad. So anyway, I'm gonna get this on those hooks, we're gonna cast them out, we're gonna catch a fish and show you how to do it. Okay, so we have our 2 pieces of bait. We have a little bit of a tail from the mullet. You don't need a big piece. You can put the whole thing on there if you really want to, but you're just wasting your money. Go ahead and cut it. I cut these in thirds. The only problem right now is that this guy is completely and utterly frozen. So I'm gonna wait until put that on last. But we got our little bait right here. All you need is about 1 inch. Doesn't need a lot. Mostly for the scent of it. So I'm gonna put this guy on the high part, on this rod. There we go. Just put it right in the middle. That's all you need. Now, when you're putting your fish on, all right, the fish is gonna have a backbone. That's where you wanna put it. You wanna basically hook the spine. There you go. So that's basically what you want. The spine is going along the top. You wanna have your hook out. If you have it inside the fish, you have less likely of actually catching the fish you wanna catch. So anyway, woo, that stinks. All right, I'm gonna get the other ones going, and then we're gonna catch fish. All right, so I got my fish on, I have my shrimp on, and I'm actually gonna study the waves. So what I'm gonna do is actually look at the waves right where they crest. I wanna go about 5 feet beyond that. You don't wanna actually get it into the crashing wave. Because basically what that's doing, as the wave crashes, it's turning up a lot of the stuff on the bottom, which the fish right behind it is trying to eat. And also you can tell where there's a trough. There's a lot of the fish like to go down at the bottom so they can attack other fish. So let's see if I can get this out there. Another thing too, don't just swing the hell out of it. Study your waves. Catching much today, but it's okay. I'm out here enjoying myself, enjoying the waves, enjoying being on the beach. But a couple little odds and ends I was kind of thinking about while I was actually tending my rods is check your bait frequently. Also, keep your drag sort of loose. You don't want to have it too loose that the wave will just actually keep pulling line out. But you don't want to have it so tight that if a big fish grabs a hold of it, it's taking your rod with it. Because as you can see, I have 3 reels, 3 rods, 3 holders. There's only one of me. I got my camera dude, Dave. I'm sure you remember him. Hey. Anyway, so we're gonna keep fishing for about another 30, 45 minutes, and then we'll have to pack up because the kids want to go hang gliding and that type of stuff. But we're gonna try a little bit further south tomorrow, possibly. We'll see what the schedule looks like. But yeah, I think the water temperature is a little too cold here in Oregon Inlet. We'll go down to Buxton or Hatteras maybe tomorrow morning. I'll wake up a little bit earlier and cruise down there, but we will see how it goes. So anyway, sorry for all the wind noise, but we are at the beach. Keep watching. All right, we didn't catch anything, but that's okay. We had a good time. So I just dumped the rest of my bait out there. I think the second day it just kind of rotted out. So I'm gonna get some more bait tomorrow morning. I'm gonna go back out there to Buxton and check it out and see how we're gonna do. So now we're getting ready to get off the beach. Always remember to blow your tires back up once you get off the beach. And thanks to my onboard air, that makes it a lot easier. Check out the other video about installing that. I just put it in the bed of the truck because eventually it's gonna go into the Wagoneer. Anyway, take a look at it. See you tomorrow. All right, we're on day 3. Still haven't caught anything, but everybody I've talked to, they're not catching anything either. But this morning when I went to go pick up bait from the bait and tackle shop, also get your bait the night before if it's off season, because they're not gonna be open at first thing in the morning. We found one that was a couple miles away, but it was okay. So we're out here for the 3rd day. When I did talk to the people at the bait and tackle shop, they said that they are catching some puppy drum and that type of stuff. I asked them if Oregon Inlet was a good place. Yeah, it should be. We'll see. I still think I still need to go further south to get warmer water. But the location we're at right now, we got breakers coming in about a couple different sections. So I have one short, I got one medium, I got one that I had to heave out to get to the last breaker. Hopefully one of them will do something. But we'll figure it out. All right, enjoy. Well, it wasn't very exciting this week as far as catching fish. I did have a fantastic time going out there and throwing it into the water, learning new stuff. This was the first time in a long time I actually went out there and saltwater fished. So things I've learned. One, I like size 4 hooks better when you use a mullet. Size 2 hooks, smaller ones or whatever, are pretty good for when you're doing like bloodworms or stuff like that. If you're just trying to catch a flounder or whatever, I was kind of going for something a little bit bigger. So that's why I like the 4 hooks and use big old mullets on there. So we started off at Nags Head. We ended up, then we went to Oregon Inlet, and then we went all the way down to Ocracoke. Now the Ocracoke beach was fantastic and beautiful, and the water temperature was a lot warmer. Had a better chance of going out there, but I hit it at the wrong time, because you want to get there when either the tide is coming in or tide is going out. And apparently I got there right when it's just sitting there. So we didn't get anything, but that's okay. I was with the family and they come first, obviously. But I will be back. I'm gonna bring my boys up here. We're gonna spend all day at the beach. We're just gonna keep casting and keep reeling them in and trying to catch some fish. And hopefully you'll be there with me when we do it. But this trip, I think it's pretty much a wrap. Unfortunately, I did not catch anything. Talking to other locals around, they're not catching anything. A few skates, nothing huge. Apparently down in Buxton and Hatteras, they were pulling, well, at least they said they were pulling in 30 to 50 pound, anyway, they're pulling in 30 to 50 pound fish. I didn't see it. I didn't see any pictures, but it was kind of hearsay. Maybe they were. I don't know. Hopefully they were. My neighbor did go down there and caught a couple flounder, a couple blowfish or blow frogs is what they call it, and he did all right. We went down there, didn't catch anything. But anyway, hopefully you learned a little bit of something here. Go out there, just go to the beach, get yourself a license, get yourself a permit if you're gonna drive out there, and go out there and have fun. Spend the whole day out on the beach, just casting and reeling and casting and reeling and have a good time. Anyway, until next trip, hope you enjoy it. Enjoy yourself and get out there and catch fish that I did not catch, and let me know how it goes. Bye now.